Every week I talk with people who are sharing some of their challenges in this current environment right now. And usually it comes down to one or two things, tops: trust and communication. And they kind of go hand in hand, along with integrity definitely fits into that trust component. So I want to talk with you for just a minute about trust amongst your team members, amongst your leadership, and how that affects the entire organization. Obviously teams that don't trust each other don't perform well. And teams that don't perform well don't really do much for the company's success and their overall growth, right? And sustainability right now. A lot of people are expressing the challenge of trust right now. We've had holes poked in a lot of our systems and behaviors, and it's been uncertain and unnerving in so many ways. And so if you're a leader looking at your team members right now and you're noticing things like decreased engagement and lack of enthusiasm, maybe deadlines are missed that really shouldn't be, that aren't difficult deadlines to meet. Maybe you're hearing people talk more about each other than you are to each other. Maybe they're complaining more and more. Maybe you're seeing some sabotage going on, some real sort of under the table, passive aggressive behaviors. That's kind of on that lower end of that scale when trust has really eroded. That's when it's really going to affect your organization, and bringing that back to a successful level takes some effort and some work together. Don't let it go so far that it's really a challenge to come back from that. So as a leader, when you notice those things, what do you do as someone who really wants to start instilling a culture of trust again? Trust is about the little everyday things that happen between members of an organization, right? It's about how they communicate with each other. Are they kind? Do they have each other's backs? Little things even like email response times. If you respond to me in the expected time frame that's normal for your organization, I learn to trust you. You follow through, you follow up. Your responses are clear and thorough. You check in on each other to see how you're doing. Where can you help? You don't hoard ideas and information. You clearly support each other and share openly with things. So if you're noticing some of these issues within your team members, even if it's a core team, often it can be even throughout a cross-functional team, what can you do? Well, first off, one really simple thing: do a quick check-in with your people. Find out, ask them to rank their team members, to rank the entire organization as a whole or leadership. Ask them, scale of 1 to 10. Are you trusting everybody around you? Do you trust the direction we're going as an organization? Do you trust your coworker? Just get a quick gauge. Nothing fancy, nothing formal right now, but that'll give you a starting place. And second, give your team something to work on. Now, even if you're virtual, in fact, it might even be easier being virtual right now, give them a small scenario project to work on. And it can be done in just a one-session meeting even. But if you use Zoom or Teams or whatever platform you're on, divide people into some breakout rooms and maybe put some people together that you know need to work better together, or maybe don't get a chance to work together as often as they could. Give them a scenario like, okay, you guys can bring 7 things to a desert island together. Here's your list that I've given you of those 7 things. I want you to decide how you're going to use them together, what your purpose is in using them together. Is it to get off the island? Is it just to survive? Is it to build a whole new community there? What's your purpose? What's everyone's role in it? What's your time frame? And what's your desired outcome on that? Might seem a little silly or frivolous right now. Trust me, these are great exercises for teams. And ask them to step themselves through that. They have to learn to ideate together. Collaboration is a huge piece in this. Teams that trust each other at a high level also can collaborate really well, and vice versa. And ask them to just walk through and design this survival piece together and see where they land, see what fun they have, see what new things they learn about each other. Team members that know each other on a personal level automatically start to have higher levels of trust. So make sure that your team members are sharing some personal things, especially right now in this environment. If you have a regular meeting, take turns showing your personal environment if you haven't yet, or a personal story, or ideas about the vacation they really wanted to take this summer and maybe they're not right now. But implement those things into your daily work and you'll start to see some of the walls come down, little things start to build up as far as compliments and encouragement and having each other's backs. And then when you're ready to take it further, just call us. We're here to help. It's what we do. So if you want your organization to come out on the other side of this even better than before, and you want your team members to really thrive, let's start building some increased trust.